Hello and welcome back to AGS1 with Mr. Jolly. Today we're doing 1.4. It's all about Scott exercising. Scott's doing just like a ton of push-ups all the time. So, on day 1, you can see here, let's grab a highlighter, that Scott made this graphic organizer for his push-ups. Day 1 that he does 3 push-ups, and then on the next day he does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 push-ups. Then I believe this is 7 and this is 9. You could say that this is growing arithmetically because this is 3 push-ups, 5 push-ups, 7 push-ups, 9 push-ups. He's doing 2 more push-ups each day. So, I believe part of this mod is they ask you to predict how many push-ups he would do on day 5. Well, if he does 2 more each day, he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 more, making it a grand total of 11 push-ups on day 5. So, what is the pattern? I guess verbally we can just say that he is doing 2 more push-ups than the day before. I feel like this is unsustainable. After a year of doing this, it's going to be insane. His arms are going to be way too big. How many push-ups on day 10? So I think later on we can figure out little tricks to like come up with day 10 or, you know, a day way down the road. Like if they asked for day like 150, I wouldn't necessarily make a table. But since day 10 is not too far out, we can fill this up and I made a little table. He does 3 on the first day, then 2 more each day. So 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. That means he does 21 push-ups on day 10. So 21 push-ups on day 10. Now, let's write a math expression for how many push-ups he's doing each day. Like if, you know, we were going to try to find how many push-ups he did on the nth day, a math equation would be useful. That way we can always replace n with whatever. Like if you want to know how many push-ups he did on the 400th day, you wouldn't have to build a table that has 400 pieces of data in it. You could just replace n with 400. To be able to get this equation, I think it's useful to go back to this, and you kind of have to think about day 0. About how many push-ups he would be doing on day 0. So you have to go back a step, and instead of adding 2 push-ups, you subtract a push-up. So on day 0, he's doing 1 push-up. Now, you might look at that and be like, day 0, what does that even mean? But this 1 is kind of important. It really helps me figure out the equation, the expression for this. So the expression is that he is doing 2 more each day, but then on the 0th day, he did 1 push-up. Whenever I write an expression, I always go back and plug in some numbers to see if this works properly. Like, for instance, if I replace n with 5, I should get 11 out of it. So if I do a quick little check for that, like 2 times 5 plus 1 is equal to 10 plus 1, which does equal 11. So yes, it checks out. It works for 5. You can check a couple other ones to make sure it works. But yeah, I always go back and plug in some to make sure it's actually working. You could write the expression as 2n plus 1, or you could put it in sort of a function notation that says f of n is equal to 2n plus 1. A lot of people call this an explicit equation. Not sure if we're using that word yet, but I'm going to teach it to you. Explicit equation for Scott's particular push-up plan. Now, There's two types of equations you can write for these like number patterns. One of them is definitely explicit. The other one is recursive, which we talked about a couple classes ago. Remember that recursive formulas always use the term right before. So if you want to find like the 10th term, you would need the 9th term. To find the 9th term, you need the 8th term. So if we are going to find f of n recursively, then it's always the day before f of n minus 1, but then adding 2 push-ups onto it. The thing I forgot to talk with you guys about is recursive formulas should always tell you where to start. So I would always say, like, what's happening on day 1? On day 1, which is f of 1, he did 3 push-ups. So f of 1 equals 3. And then, boom, your recursive formula is done. Okay, guys. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to email your teacher.